All right, Choco Pie is here. We're back at rematch. I don't know. Sometimes I just want to come up with funny titles. So when you read that title, trust me, I put a lot of thought into my titles in a mere matter of 20, 30 seconds. So I don't know what that really means, but whatever it means, it's gonna happen. Let me change my control schemes. Bye bye. Okay, controls are right to rematch. Now let's see if we can finally get a rank match and rematch because I've not been able to play one rank. Oh no, where is my? Oh, haha, my AirPods in my ear. I didn't know that. Oh, looks like we might have to wait here, so I might as well watch some YouTube. Oh boy, you know what my name is? You know who I am? Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Okay, if it takes longer than a minute, we're gonna have to go for the 3v3. I want to play. I don't have enough patience in me to wait forever. Ugh. Come on now. Dosey do now. Alright, rank ain't gonna happen. I don't know why nobody plays rank, but you know, it is what it is. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's this? Yo, I didn't do that. No, wait, wait. Oh, you know what I found out yesterday? Hey, anybody that plays this game. Yo, did you know you can do this? Everyone knows you can flip. Everyone knows you can do this, right? You press R1 and X, and it flips it this way, or you can flip it backwards, right? But I just found out that you can do this. Ain't that freaking cool as a mug, baby? Hey, yo, it's your boy. Now, one thing, just a tutorial for y'all. Always hit it above here, okay? You will usually score. Another little tip. I'm not a pro gamer, okay? I'm not a pro at this. I just know simple things. This I learned yesterday just watching someone. I was like, dude, how are you doing this? And then I figured it out myself. Nobody had to teach me. Now, anyways, that is all cool. But usually this right here, I'm holding what's that button? L2, L2, and this when someone tries to slide tackle you, best defense. Okay, and then this, of course, but this is a risky business move. You know, you do this to anybody, that'd be crazy. Anyways, there's this one, right? Oh my god, it's so cool though. Honestly, I'm so like, okay, let's try to see it. You can do it backwards too. Dude, the fact you can do it backwards. Now, this is a big tip. Now, I have a problem with like using the boost gauge, and when you use the boost gauge, you lose the ball. It's no longer tethered to you. So try your best to just sprint, but do not double tap like I do a lot. People panic double press. I panic a lot. In COD games, all sorts of games like that. But try not to. Okay? Double sprint, no, no. Now, you can double sprint if you're going in a straight line. It'll work, but usually be careful because someone's probably on your ass to tackle you. Now, next thing, now that we know we could go backwards doing this, like, like honestly, look at this. Someone's coming from you from the top, then you trick them, and then boom, boom, boom. They're like, what is going on here? And then you go, flock, and then you go like this, go up, and then you go like this, and then you do a little ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba. Okay, you can't do the ba-da-ba-ba-ba too much. Ba-da-ba-ba, chicka-chow. You see what I'm saying? To chicka-chow, chicka-chow. So the chicka-chow don't work all the time, but sometimes it works. Now, rank ain't gonna happen. Now, the biggest problem I've had is teammates not passing. Pass the effing ball. I don't care if you suck at passing. Learn to pass. Pass it, pass it, pass it. I'm so sick of goalies literally trying to. Unless you don't want to play goalie, I understand. But we all have to make sacrifices, right? Stop. If you are like main goalie, stop shooting it all the way across the field because once you do that, 90% of the times the end other goalie is going to grab the ball. You're being dumb. And I see why some goalies do it because sometimes in a mystical unicorn way, you have a chance that you might get it in from all the way across the field. Rarely happens, but I've seen it happen. but you're just being a jackass. This is a team game. If you are a goalie, pass. Pass it, pass it, pass it. All right? And it's okay for a goalie to leave his post, and like if the two people are on it. Oh, what's up, Matt Hatter? What's good, my friend? Yeah, hopefully if we get a match, man. I don't know what's going on. Like this game is so amazing. I expect like matches to be like bop 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 bop. But they've been having a lot of glitches and stuff. So, but let me show you what this game is about until because luckily you can go into practice mode while you are in this. So, dude, look at this game, dog. There's a bunch of stuff to learn, but you get it down pretty easy. So, like, you could trick people like this, and then, of course, if you're defending, you know, you run away, then the ball's not attached to you. You run, the ball automatically comes to you, and then you can do moves like this, and that always fools people. Look at this, and then, like, come on, that's just awesome. But usually people tackle you pretty quick, so you got to do something like this, kind of trick them, you know, and then, like, this is my new move here if they're coming from me from the forward action, and then we're gonna do a little side stepping right here. Okay, we in a real match. Let's see what happens. Like I said, people need to pass more, but we'll see what happens. All right. Okay, let's see how the goalie goes. See, there's the goalie. You wanting to be main character. This pisses me off so much. Oh, you mother. Does it have a crazy? No, not yet, because everyone's new, right? But the biggest issue is this: if the team does not pass. Okay, see, this team is passing, and I'm passing. See, if they do that, not really. Woo, boy! It's just fun. It's super fun. Now, the best way to get a goal in this game is to shoot. Now, he went straight for the goal, right? So that goalie just missed. But it's very actually easy as a goalie to catch the ball in this game. So the best way is to shoot it above the goalpost and have another teammate or yourself to hit it again a second time. You know, that's basically the best way. And right here, he's going to pass the ball. Oh, he just snuck one up on me. But the field is so small that, like, passing is definitely always the way. Yeah, you go that far, the goalie is always going to... See, the problem with most goalies is they don't pass and they kick it too hard. And when you do that, it's like... Yeah, see, that's exactly what he should have done. Okay. And then, see, so I do that, and then, bap! See, and then, or my teammate. So above the goal, and then, boom. It always works, because straight to the goal, most of the time the goalie will stop it. That guy got it. Yo, good shot, homie. Hey, every time, try to hit it above the goal post like I just did. But good hit, homie. Oh, did that guy's team all leave because they were losing? Oh, what a bunch of sore losers, dog. Bunch of sore losers. For real. That's crazy, dog. Hey, Marone, what's good? Hey, man. Good to see you, my Filipino homie. Oh, Marone, you got to see that. And I got Matt Hatter in here, seeing even Matt Hatter's type of game style. But good to see you, man. It's good to see you back, Marone. I was trying to get Matt Hatter. He's on here too, trying to get him into this game. This game is awesome, man. I love this game. This is my most favorite game so far. There's only one person on this team because we scored on him so bad that both teammates left. Like, that's just nonsense. He got nothing he can do. I feel so bad for him. I feel bad. There is penalties, though, when you leave a game, so don't think there's no penalties. I don't know why this game ain't, like, freaking popping off. They didn't advertise it that well, though, to be honest. But this game is better than Rocket League, in my opinion. Rocket League was awesome, but it was too hard to control. Like, this is more control, and when you miss a shot or you mess up, like, it's on you. Because it's easy enough to get and hard to master, but very easy. You know, Bro, how's your day been, man? I know you're in the Philippines, so like it's completely different time zone. You waking up right now, or is it nighttime over there? It's about to be nighttime, so it's morning for you. Let's say, Matt Hatter? Sorry, man. Sometimes YouTube, I don't know what it is, but when someone comments, sometimes it doesn't show the commentary. So the last thing you comment, oh wait, I have people who leave. Just take it, yeah, right, yeah. For some reason, some YouTube comments, like it doesn't show up on my commentary thing, but I read it from the lag from my YouTube. So, but dude, I love this game. This game is so fun. I just wish I had one of y'all playing with me so I could voice communicate with y'all, man. Oh, and here's the hater, my young brother that I love. The only, John, you're getting I'm getting more and more of my millennial brothers. So you on a losing end. I was having such good conversations with older people, but now we got the youngin in the house. He's gonna shift the whole thing now. John, how's your day been, man? You doing good? John, it's almost 9 o'clock. I'm getting all. Nah, man. I have allergies pretty bad almost every season. It's like winter, summer, it don't matter. I got allergies, so I'm always a little bit nasally, man. But hold on, let me mute so. All right, I didn't want you guys to hear that noise. Matchmaking, come on, dude. That was such a good match, but I wish the other team stayed. It's like any other multiplayer games, right? People get mad and then they leave early. I try not to do that ever unless, real life stuff happens, because it's rude, man. Game etiquette 101, man. Even if your team's losing, you better stick to it, man. But then again, there is some glitch issues, so people get kicked out of here. Oh, I did a 4v4. That's why it's taking so long. So normally in this game, people like to do 3v3 only. Oh, did we just get one? Okay, we got a 4v4 going on. I don't play 4v4s too much because nobody likes to do it, but we'll see how this goes. I'm still a newbie. Busy here. Busy to me, baby. What the freak, dog? Oh, I passed that totally wrong. Yo, what is the goalie doing? The goalie left his post just to come. Dude, that was a close one, goalie. You almost screwed us. Oh, oh. All right, come on, someone. Oh, they should have kicked it in from right there. If someone was ready by the goalpost, we could have got that in. There's no way to unmute the mic mid-match, so it's only through after someone scores where you can turn your mic back on. Oh, thank you. Oh, you little sucker. Tripping my ankles. That shot never works. Never works. Oh, okay, he got one back on over on me, huh? Oh, shoot it, come on. Don't. Oh my god. You gotta shoot it above the goalpost, homie. The goalie's doing a great job, man. Yeah. Come on.
To me. Pass. Here.
Okay. Shoot it. I don't think many people understand that yet. Oh, that was a clean shot. Now, once in a while, you'll get those shots and it's going straight to the goalpost. All right, I gotta let them know. Yo, y'all, hey, that was a clean shot. Hey, anybody that's shooting, try to shoot it above the goalpost. People do not react fast enough. The goalie will react and then we can get the shot in. Shoot it above the goalpost, homies. Ooh, shake you up. Oh my god. What kind of ice cream you eating? Can't be better than the ice cream I have. It's Dubai chocolate ice cream. It's delicious. Unless you don't like pistachio. Then you tripping. Oh, slizness. Good save, good save. Oh! Okay. Nice shot. Alright, now I have to mute them. Oh, godly. PS5 mic, people. It's chocolate. Shit. Yeah, shit. Where's it? We got this. He was guarding pretty well, man. That one shot ain't gonna do much. Let the other team win. Hell no, I ain't gonna let the other team win. Unless we lose. Like that. Usually, that goalie was pretty good. I think he just didn't expect that to happen. Let's see what happened. Okay, we all skipped it. All right. I don't know how that happened, but it happened.
Pass! To me! Here! Pass! To me!
What the? Come on! Oh, somebody should have been there. See, that's what I'm talking about, right there. It always works. Ugh. That's what I'm talking about, people. Good shit, homie. I'm not that good of a goalie, but we'll see what happens. Oh man, look at him. Ah, I'm getting scared. I'm getting scared. Get that ball away from me. Hey, shoot above the goalpost, man. Oh, am I? What am I looking like?
I got it. Here.
Oh shoot! Oh!
I'm on it.
Let's see who I want to pass to. You know, he never passed to me, but I'm not that salty. I'm still willing to pass. All right. He just got sliding on, homie. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh no!
My bad. My fault.
All right. I can't be goalie, teammates. I told you I suck, so I'm not gonna be goalie. Damn it, we almost won that one too. Like a Chinese dude would have had us. I can't. Yeah, your comment. I feel like long comments don't come through these YouTube. Oh, he just let that go. We could have won that match.
Thank you.
Yeah, long commentaries don't come in through my live chat for some reason. But honestly, if it's coming from you, John, it's probably some bullshit. Let's be honest here. I love you, but usually half the shit you spill out of your mouth is just bullshit. Up until you get serious with me, and then we have good moments.
My bad.
Nice, nice, nice. Damn, Marone. What I want to know is what you ate, man. Living in the Philippines, man. You must have ate something dank in the morning. Some fun noodle soup or something. You know what sub bowl means? What is that? No, no, you little don't shake ya. Oh, nice catch, nice catch, nice catch.
Square it. To me. Here.
Oh, you little sucker. Please catch that ball. Oh my gosh. That was my fault. And the goalies. That was crazy. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do main character syndrome. Damn, that sucks. John, I got some new homies coming in, and with your little, I know you think, like, your little cute little talking shit all the time, like, they might not like it. Like, I understand you and why you do your thing, because you just turned 20, but they might not. So, like, tone it down with your bullshit, alright? John is one of my favorite youngins that come in, but he's one of those that likes to talk shit for no reason. Just for no reason. Even though he's a grown ass man now. It's time to grow up. I had this talk with you the other day. Now, what'd you say, man, Hatter? So, what kind of business you own? I own a motel for right now. It's about to. Yeah, you need to grow up, buddy. It's time. Your daddy's too nice to say that to you because you've been through a lot. I'm not gonna speak on your business, but it's time. It's time for that kind of talking to stop. Anyways, yeah, I own a little motel business. Got about 86 rooms. My wife's been doing the business right now because I've been sick with my health issues. She's been busting her ass, man. My wife's. If God didn't put me through everything He's put me through right now, I probably wouldn't have respect for my wife. And I know that sounds crazy. It makes me sound like an asshole, which I was. Dude, I had my wife, who was my girlfriend for 13 years. She listened to everything I said because she was 5 years younger than me. She never really talked too much. I was always the talker. We go to friends' house, we do whatever I want. Like, it's been like that up until now. In the last 3 years, everything changed. I got sick. Right now, she's taking care of the business. She couldn't even work at a clothing store for more than 2 weeks before she quit. And she's shy. She didn't know how to talk to people. And now, all of a sudden, for the last 6 months, she's been running a $4 million business by herself. Now, just because I say $4 million doesn't mean I'm rich. I'm freaking poor, but I'm not as poor as some people are. But our business ain't been doing well, so it's in the process of being sold. I read your YouTube, sir. You've been through similar. With you, without the jail time. You got some addiction issues and stuff too, like me. It's not a good thing, but if you do, I completely understand it, Mad Hatter. You know, it's a killer, dude. Honestly, half the shit I stop. Nah, nah. You haven't met real rich people. I've met rich people owning this business. Um, my pops is the rich one, and he's not even rich. He's like upper middle class, but not rich. He gave me this business, so I'm not the rich one here. Um, but I've hung out with really rich people because I was blessed by God, I'd say. When I first bought this, when my dad bought me this hotel, I came out of jail and I owned no business before, and I'm just in this business by myself in a place 3 hours away from my family. and half the employees quit on me. The general manager quit on me. He said, I don't want to work for your young ass. And I'm just like, okay, well, here's everything. This is it. No, that's because I have a lack of self control, John. And what did I tell you? Logic. You know, I will say that I have a big thing with, like, I understand some people's, I put everybody in little boxes. People and friends I meet in real life. Like, some people aren't that smart, right? And some people are smarter than others. Okay, that's not enough problem. But logic is important, man. You are 20 years old living with your parents. I have been running this business and doing this for 7 years. So, of course, at my age 35, most people should have some money and say, I have no savings. Which is why I say I am not rich whatsoever. I have impulse control issues that I really need to deal with. You are not smarter than me, that I can tell you for sure. But maybe one day you might be. You know, who's to say? Yeah, I have very bad impulse control issues. But like I said, I was 26 or 7 when I owned this business. I think I was 26. Everyone left, never owned nothing. Worked as a manager for my dad. He fired me because I was doing drugs and I stole from him and all sorts of bad things. And then he bought me this business coming out of jail for a DUI this time. And then, like I said, half the employees quit on me because they saw my young face. They're like, oh, we don't want to work for this fool. And then the manager, he was like, nope, I'm not going to work for this young ass Asian. And so he just gave me the passcode to the safe and he left. And I had to do interviews. You could barely spell it, John. No, you're not. You made better choices. Don't make you smarter than me. I think, John, I hate to hurt your feelings, but I definitely am smarter than you. No, you've been through trauma, and trauma does make some people smarter. But honestly, I'm being just blunt. John, there's not been one time other than me joking that I lie, right? I'm a very honest guy. Just because you make better choices don't make you smarter than someone, right? It just makes the other person mean like they got impulse control issues, they might be an addict, all sorts of things, you know. And the smart word can mean a lot of things. Anyway, back to my shit. So, I'm left at this business all by myself, half the employees gone. So I had to think. So I prayed about it, and I asked God, what the hell do I do now? And I had this thing where I interviewed every employee that was currently sticking with me that didn't leave. And it was about like, 7 of them out of 16 that left or something. So out of those 7, I interviewed everyone, and then I was going through, I said, hey, I might be young, but it's all right. I love giving people second chances. And there was one girl that every employee that I interviewed said, hey, this girl, she slept with some of the one guest that was here. You can't trust her or whatever not. So I brought that girl in, and I told her, hey, I don't care what you did. I don't judge you on what you did. I judge you on what you're going to do now. And I give second chances. So I've heard some things from the other employees, but I don't give a crap. I really don't. So I'm willing to give you a chance, and I want you to teach me everything I need to know of how to run this business. And then if you teach me right, I'm going to make you assistant manager. And that girl ended up being exactly what I needed. She taught me everything. She worked her ass off for me, and I did make her assistant manager. And it kept me going. Now, I had to fire her one day because while I went to Korea, she stole only like a couple $100 from me. She told me she had to pay her bills and she felt scared to ask me. And I told her, dude, if you just asked me in the first place, I would have gave you that money. Like for free. You know, like you did not have to be scared to ask me. But because she stole from me, I would have gave her a second chance. But my dad, because he did buy me the business, right? He said, no, once a thief, always a thief. And I was like, Dad, I stole from you many times. But he said no. He said you have to fire her, so I had no choice. I fired her. I did not want to. And the next manager I had was a complete sociopath, unfortunately. Almost bankrupt my whole business, stole about $100,000 from me, opened up a coffee shop, and they just kept getting worse from there. Let's see. And I was just talking to my wife the other day. I wish I gave, her name was Angelica. I wish I gave her another shot. But the thing is, at the time, I had no choice. It's whatever my dad said goes, because even though it's my business, he bought me the business, so I need to listen to him at that moment. It's only up until year 4 that my dad just let me have free roam of the business. But after COVID, shit went downhill. So all right, enough story time. But yeah, lack of self-control. Oh, and John, to you and your nonsense, when you're 20 and have no money, it's normal. But when you're 35 and you don't have a savings or anything like that, then you need to figure it out. And you are poor. Doesn't mean you did anything bad, it's just you're poor. It's like comparing apples to oranges. You can't compare me being 35 to you, a 20-year-old living at your parents' house, and say I'm rich because I can buy every game I want. No, it doesn't work that way. It's illogical. And that, my friends, and anyone that subscribes to me, I hate the most. Illogical people. My wife is a little bit like that sometimes, and it pisses me off. It drives me insane. I think it's because my parents raised me that way. It's like, I'm never too prideful to say I'm wrong, but if someone just takes logic and throws it out the window, I get super irritated. I can't handle that. You gotta have some kind of understanding. And you gotta put yourself in other people's shoes. Quite a bit, man. Because life is not as simple as you think, homie. Nice catch. Nice catch. We won this. I'm gonna kick it. Oh no! If just don't let him shoot, and we got this, baby. W, baby. What's up? This was my old gang. We tried to make a gang, and this was our gang symbol, Donkey Kong. Dallas Koreans. But the thing is, right before we made our gang, our big homies found out and he said, hey, I heard you guys are making a gang. And we said, yeah, big homie. It's like, if you make your gang, I promise you, because you're a rival, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna beat the shit out of every single one of your young asses. And I said, okay, we're not doing the gang no more. Hey, funny moments. Golly, man. Being young, I had so much bad times when I was young, but so many good times and crazy moments. I remember one time I was at a karaoke room, and my big homie, something happened. My friend had an older brother that was a gangbanger, and then we were at a karaoke, and he just came over to that karaoke room, and he just from his car just blasted the whole karaoke like, blah, 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 blah. Just complete utter chaos. But dude, I love the chaos. I think only now at 35 I finally am okay with living a normal life. Yeah, into my 20s it was so hard to live normally. You live a life like that, like having fun times and bad times, it's kind of hard to live normally. But now I'm ready to live like a normal person. And I do not want kittens. I have enough animals. I have 4 animals at my house. Any more, and this would be a freaking animal shelter.
To me.
There you go, buddy. Don't let him come over here. Oh, you lost it, and now I might lose it if you can't. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be the main character. I'm gonna be the main character. Yeah. We got 3 cats and a dog. Oh, you like me, man. Oh man, you like me. My cat and my sister's cat had kids Oh, that's dude. They're cute. Hey, send me some pictures of the kids, man. I love baby kids, man, and puppies. Dude, you know what the hardest part is? Having both species. When I try to find a house and I live in a small city, okay? So for me, it was super hard. Like every house that or apartment or something I try to find, they said, "Oh, we accept dogs." A lot of people said we don't accept any animals, and then most will say dogs, and one will say cats. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? Where are we supposed to live? There's not a lot of tenants that like to rent to dogs and cats. So I got really lucky. Those two places. One was next to, um, it was very nice, but they were next to a police officer. And I knew myself in that time. I threw a lot of parties at my house. I said, no. That is waiting for me to go to jail because, you know, sometimes I get angry, break shit, fights happen. And I said, hell no. The next house was this house, and I made a good choice. My neighbors never once came over and said I was being too loud, and we threw a lot of parties. I am blessed to find this house. The rent is pretty high for where we live, but, you know, other than that, it's fine. Only 3 days old. Oh, they look like aliens for right now, then. Cats are better than dogs, in my opinion. Cats are better than dogs. If you say that, it's only because you're lazy. I'm just being honest. But, well, there's personal preference too, right? But most of the time, if someone says they love cats better than dogs, it's only because, and my first animal was a cat that I got for myself because I had to work. I have my business, right? All you have to do is get them their kitty litter. You don't have to train them. They just poo into their kitty litter and stuff. It's real easy. You know what I'm saying? It's real easy. Everything is easy. But dogs, you gotta take them outside. You gotta make sure they're getting enough exercise. You gotta make sure you potty train them. You gotta train them right. It's very hard with dogs. But they're loyal as a mug to the one that they like. And they listen way better than cats do. Cats do not listen for shit. They are smart. But they are completely different species. They will not listen. They'll come to you whenever they want. That's why people always compare them to females. You know? So, there's a lot into it, like I said. Now, those two things I said, there's a lot more than just that too. You know, but as far as loyalty and then you got the cuteness factor, and then you could just be a cat person. But dogs are way better. Once you train them, at least. Emotionally more attached. Cats, you die, I think they'll be fine. Except for cats who have anxiety problems. Which there really is cats that have anxiety problems.
Square it.
Oh my gosh. Ah, damn it. Yeah. Oh, we're going back to it, dude. The house stuff. I'm surprised you found a place to live, man. Because like I said, owning 2 different animal species and more than one is so hard to rent. Because tenants hate that shit. They really do.
To me.
Oh, you guys live with a friend? Oh, okay, that makes sense then. That's actually pretty good. Hopefully the rent's pretty cheap to your friend because you live with a friend. Unless that friend's so cool he don't ask you for rent, but I'm sure he asks you for rent. Next year's going to be a great year for... Oh, John, you always go off topic. But yes, next year is going to be a freaking phenomenal year for gaming. And I just hope that the good Lord keeps me alive and he doesn't tell me to sell all my game consoles again. Yeah, next year's going to be amazing for gaming. Absolutely amazing.
Cross it.
Nice. $700 for a room bigger than the master bedroom. Oh, bigger than for a room bigger than the master bedroom? Damn, that's pretty good. How's the bathroom situation though? I already know all the games coming out next year. Most of everything you know, I know, and then some. Like I said, I showed you Mudang 2 Hearts. That shit was crazy. Yeah, how does the bathroom sit? Is there 1 or 2 stalls? I'm sorry I'm asking so many personal questions. It's just I just want to see your comfort level living there. Oh, you got your own bathroom too? Oh, that's a hell of a deal then, dude. And I'm assuming they're really good friends to you guys. Like you guys are really close. It's I'll tell you this, in my college years, I lived with me and 2 other homeboys. One white homeboy and a Korean dude like me. We were all friends, but I was more friends with the Korean dude. I was the crazy, scary one. They were all scared of me. But we treated that like it was a college frat house. We had parties all the time, living room. But because we were living with friends, and I was a little bit psychotic at the time, we had a lot of problems. My friend from high school. Oh, okay, that's what's up, man. And I'm assuming no like feelings towards you guys. Never had any. It's just a friend. So your girl never has issues. Your wife. I'm assuming at least. Like, because when I lived with my, like, that college free friends, they had one bad moment where I was really off my rocker, off drugs and stuff. And I did something that I'm not going to speak about on YouTube to my wife. Like, it was real bad. And they looked at me and they thought I was crazy. I had many moments. I pulled a knife on another girl that came to our party. Like, it was bad. It was getting bad up to that point, you know? Because, like, me, everyone thought I was scary, even though I didn't want to be. But then I got into my ego, my pride. And, it's just, they started to distance themselves away from me. And then, you know, we all live together, right? And then there's the other thing. Like, the white dude, like, you know, not to say all white dudes, but like us Asians, like we put if we put our containers in there, then we clean up our shit. But then the white dude wouldn't. And then that'd be a problem. And I'd be like, hey, what the fuck you doing? Not clean up your shit. And like anger would start piling up. You know, I'm sure you guys don't have those issues, right? You're not in like in my like stage of life, like back then of college, fun, and you know, with 2 other dudes. Like that's kind of a weird situation. Y'all seems more civilized. But I just remember all the like problems, like, and I've lived with other people before too. It's always problems. Before that one, I lived with I think a Korean older brother of mine, and because of our Korean culture, there's a lot more other annoyances. Like because he's older, I have to do more for him, and all this I have to be like under him in a certain way. It's just like all a little bit annoying, you know, type of stuff. I gotta show him respect. If I come home from the grocery store, better bring like at least another bottle of soda that I'm buying. I'm for myself for him, you know. And then he would like buy us foods and stuff. Like it's weird living with another Korean, you know. Korean culture in itself, like there's a lot of rules, man. My wife is 10 years older than me, bro. Damn, she's 10 years older than you. Shit, that's news to me. I didn't know that. Ooh, she created robbed you. I did the opposite to my wife. What'd you say, Johnny boy? The homie is streaming on you too. Oh, that's what's up, man. I'm glad he's back up. I love the homie, man. Tell him I said what's up. Let's see. Oh man, how did that happen? If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to share nothing. Anytime you don't want to share nothing, I like to ask questions a lot with you guys, man, because I like to talk. But like, how'd y'all meet and how'd that happen? Like, cause she is 10 years older, right? So did you guys meet at a bar or something? Or you guys like how would you meet someone 10 years older, you know, other than a bar or a nightclub or something, you know what I'm saying? And then her being 10 years older, how old were you when you met? Is my real question. Like I say, you don't have to answer any of these. Oh, yep, that's how most people do it these days. Definitely, I couldn't do it. I just felt it was so awkward. But I guess I probably would have done it if I didn't have my wife or my girlfriend at the time. I just thought that was such a weird. All my friends were doing Tinder and stuff when it first started coming out. I was just like, oh hell no, dude. I need to meet real life. Like that's awkward. Oh, you're 23. So if you were 23, she was 33 at the time. So now the lucky thing is this, right? Women live longer than men, right? That's the majority of the case. Some case that doesn't happen, but majority men do. But I don't know. Society might change. You know why men? I believe I could be wrong. Live longer than the die faster is because of the stress of being a husband, especially back in the old days. But now that's changing, right? Men has so much stress they have to have for their family, but now it's all about equal stuff. So that might change. She lives in California, and I was in Florida. Oh, so it was online for quite a while, I'm assuming. Up until a certain point, you guys got to meet each other, and then you guys liked each other. What was like the first time you met her? Were you like, damn, she's as pretty as I was hoping she was off camera? Or whatever you guys did, if you guys did FaceTime, or what? I had a weird time where on VR chat, I had multiple girls that liked me. I was still with my girlfriend at the time. I was being a bad boy. She forgave me. But I was almost about to fly out this very cute Korean girl from Korea all the way to America to meet me. And I was also thinking about breaking up with my girlfriend at the time. I was a douchebag. I understand that. I should have broken off with my girlfriend way before that if I was thinking like that. But I was too much of a pussy. I'm glad I didn't because my wife is the best. I love my wife. But I did a lot of dickhead moves back when I was younger. 3 months, then she came out on vacation. I liked her more in person. That's what's up. That's what I was hoping for, because you know what would have sucked? If you were doing all this meeting and then FaceTiming and then you meet her in person and then you find out, oh my god, she's fucking fugly. Like, that's when it hurts, you know what I'm saying? Now that's pretty great, man. I like that. How long before you proposed to her? Johnny, you still in here? Johnny, if you left, you're such a young kid. He said, oh, the homie's on. Uncle Choco Pie don't give me attention, so he leaves. But if you in here, I'm just assuming.
I got it.
Oh, God. Youngest, man. I swear. I woo. 3 years ago. Oh, damn. That's what's up. Now. Oh, did he? Oh, I never see these things. See, he said after, he's such a little, see that young, he'll come in, he loves me, man. He always comes in, but he always comes in with toxicity, man. But I love him, man. And I'm more afraid as I grow bigger that I have more people like you guys come in, and then one of you guys are going to call him out, and then I like him enough to protect him, so I don't want to have to protect him when everybody else is like, hey, shut up, and you know, making fun of him and all that stuff. Like, that would be the least thing I would want, because I really do care about him. Anyways, about your marriage, man, that's pretty dope, man. And what I was saying earlier is this. Used to be men die earlier, right? But I don't know how it is going to be in our generation. Because like I said, women work now. Like, the old stresses and why men died is because men hide a lot of their feelings in, and they work a lot more back then. But now, we are living longer. I almost said something, but it would just be banter. Oh, that'd be fine too. Banter's cool too, man. I just wonder, did you ever think about, because she's 10 years older, right? Like, when you're 70, right? You're still fine. I've seen, like, at our age now, 70 back then, oh, you're over with. But 70 now, you're fine. But then by the time you're 70, she'll be 80 and she wouldn't be able to walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, but luckily you're the male, so you can take care of her. Like, are you ready for that kind of stuff? Because you are married, right? You told me you're married. So, are you ready for that kind of, you know, like, commitment? Because she is that much older. But, luckily enough, women do live longer than men, so. And are you ready for, you know, the physical part, right? It doesn't matter as much, but it does matter in a relationship. For the sexual and everything else, it does matter how attractive you are to a woman. She is 10 years older than you, so she is going to age much faster when she hits her 30s and then 40s. would, and when the attraction goes down, she has cancer, so I take a lot of that already. You're a good fucking dude. Yep. I don't give a fuck what. I don't care what nobody else says. If they ever came in here and hear you say shit to me and talking shit, and I'll always back you. What you just told me there kind of took me off left field. You know, streaming. You know what my best parts about streaming is? Preaching the gospel and also meeting people, and then automatically just randomly hearing your guys' story. Because I have crazy ass stories of my own, but then to hear your guys' story out of left field, it always kind of catches me off guard, and I like it. You know, I had youngins tell me that, you know, their mom's dead, their dad's dead, you know, they're going through homelessness, and I hear all these things, and I'm always like, damn. So I can pray for you guys, number one, but I'm amazed that you guys are still able to function, and you're still alive. Because I have a younger homie of mine that jumped off the bridge, and he couldn't handle life. And he was such a sweet big guy, man. And the fact of the matter is, she has cancer right now, and you're sticking by her side. You're a good dude in my book. Everybody can do bad things. I've made many bad things. I think I'm a good person too, but I've also made a lot of bad mistakes. But you, sir, man, you're a good man, a really good man. Sorry, that got a little emotional right there. Just thinking about it. Straight up good stuff, man. Most of the stuff I brought into my life was because of my poor choices, blaming my dad and my grandpa, and because of that, I've done a lot of bad things. So everything that happened to me is my fault. But then there's people like Mad. I think he's a good dude. What he just told me is she's very into God. Me, I'm trying, but she is Mormon. Ah, man, I wish I could meet her. Tell her to read my testimony. Like the only, hey, I'm not gonna say just because you're Mormon you're not going to heaven, but they, I wish I could help her because she already believes in God. The thing about it is this, okay? The Mormons go off of the Bible, and then they made a secondary Bible because of Joseph Smith and the angels and all that, right? I went to a Mormon church just for my front desk employee, hoping that she would come to our church because Mormonism is not going to get you into heaven. It's just a fact of the matter. Like they, it says it in the Bible in Galatians. In Galatians, there's a chapter in the Bible. It says, and this prophet Paul was a big guy in the Bible. He writes everything in the New Testament. He says, if I, a prophet or an angel, come to you with another doctrine that goes against this Bible that us Christians have, let them be accursed. So, what two religions have that? Mormonism, because Joseph Smith or whatever his name is saw an angel and he gave him the 10 golden tablets made out of gold to him, an angel. And what did the Bible say? If I or an angel come with a different doctrine adding to this Bible, then let him be accursed. It's wrong. But then Mormons say they believe in the Bible. So in order for Mormonism to be okay, they gotta say they don't believe in the Bible, but they can't. And that's a big problem. And then that goes for Muhammad too. He said, nor I. Paul was a prophet. Muhammad was a prophet. He added, do you know that most Muslims believe in the Bible, but also the Quran? This is why it's not. So I hope and I will be praying for your wife. Hey, how is she on the cancer? You know I believe in supernatural healing. I had it happen to my arm once. My arm was like, I didn't believe in Jesus, dude. I was a junkie, a bad kid, but I hurt my arm once. Like I could barely move it up. And I went to this white church, non-denominational Christians. Right now, I go to a Pentecostal church, but I went to this church like I'm just a junkie, right? Trying to stay out of jail. And I'm in this church because my parents won't let me home and I don't want to go to jail. And this church, the pastor says, hey, if you want to come up for healing today, you come up for healing. And I said, you know what? What the hell? I don't believe in it. Well, no, during that time, God was speaking to me. So I was like, okay, maybe God, you're going to do something magical. So I went up there. The guy put his hand on my hand. She has no evidence of cancer for. That's what I'm talking about, homeboy. Hell yeah. Good news. Now I'm gonna pray that the cancer stays dormant and it never comes back. Um, but what that guy did, he put his hands on me like this. And when he did that, I felt the warmth come from his hands into my hands, all the way up to my shoulders where the pain was. And then it felt warm, peaceful, and nice. And afterwards, whole arm was healed, completely healed. I couldn't even do this before, and I was so shocked. I was like, God, what is this? Is this real? Like, this is not a movie. This is not supernatural. This is real. Like, I couldn't believe it. I told everybody. What'd you say? But the doctor said it'll be what kills her. Well, we're gonna pray that. Let's just pray right now. Jesus, Lord, I don't do too many good things, but God, forgive me for whatever I done today. But Jesus, I ask you to bless Matt. He doesn't believe in you yet, but show evidence to him so he can have salvation, and for his wife as well, because they are in the LDS church. Let logic and wisdom triumph with your love so they can understand you, and let that cancer that she's free of now never be the one to end her life on this earth. And let that be gone in your name, Jesus Christ. I believe in you. So you say, ask anything in your name and it shall be done. So Lord, I ask that she never dies of cancer and cancer never comes back into her. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. All right, that was a little weird one, but it had to be done. Um, yeah. Now I've not done that kind of stuff in a while, but no, dude, it's not. It's just a little awkward for me, but dude, I love to pray for people. Dude, you have no idea, man. I have a video. I wanna find this video and I wanna send it to you. It's on my YouTube channel, and I would hope, like, if you got some time, take a listen to it. Um, you don't have to if you don't want to, right? But I would ask you take a listen to it. It was when I was on my Hawaii trip. These last 2 years of my life, I'm now you went through the cancer stuff, and I know you went through hard times. For me personally, but everyone's hard time. I was telling John this last time. Everyone's hard time when you're in that hard season of your life. Somebody else could have just lost their baby, like or got their person murdered or whatever. But it doesn't matter. What you're going through might feel like the hardest time for you in your life. And I'm telling you, the last 2 years have been the hardest times for your boy Chocopie's life. Just 2 years ago, I had my gun to like right here, and I was thinking like this with my gun, and I was calling my mom and dad, and I said, crying on the phone, like I ruined my business. This is what you gave me, and I ruined it all, and uh, and I don't deserve to live here no more. And I'm so glad. And I'll be honest, that was all like a call out for help because I wasn't gonna do it. I still believed in Jesus at that moment. Do not kill yourself, people. Things will change. I promise you that. I'm gonna find this one video. And Matt, I'm gonna send it to you, and I want you to watch it whenever you got some times. Having hope in darkness. Is this the one where I'm at? Teaching from my pops. Man, is this the one from Hawaii? I'm trying to find the one from Hawaii. I do a lot of Bible study stuff on my vlogs, on my old videos and stuff. But then I had this one that I had. Oh, right here. 2 years of hell, but I held on. I found it. Alright, let's copy this link. Coming into this account. My boy Matt. Matt, you still in here? Let me know if you're in your. Okay. I don't know if you could click on that, but click on that, save it. You don't have to watch it right away, but save it, brother. Watch it when you need to. Hopefully, it'll help you and your girl both. God is good. Jesus is real. Mormonism, they're just a little confused. They don't understand it yet. Most Mormons don't even read their own Bibles. So anybody could say anything and they could just believe in it. Christians, like real Christians, you could go to a Christian church and it doesn't mean that it's a real Christian church. You got to find the right one. You got to ask God to show you the right one. But when God is with you, God will send you on some missions and you'll go through some hard times, man. I'm going through one right now. But he doesn't always keep you there. He'll bring you out. He has a purpose for you. And your purpose, I'm telling you, people, what's in the Bible is right. His purpose for you is Jeremiah 29:11. I always had this. My plans for you, says the Lord, is to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you a future and a hope. That's what God's plans are for us, baby. All right, right on, man. Like I said, you don't have to watch it, but I think it'd be good for you and your wife to watch it together. You know, and hey, tell her please, no disrespect to her Mormon belief system. My wife's friend is actually Mormon. I'm trying because she's not really a Mormon. She doesn't really believe in it, but her family does. So I'm trying to kind of plant the seeds because this is a thing, man. Like, I'm being very genuine here, and I've said this the other day. If I had the cure for cancer, but I'm a nobody, right? But I know I have it because it worked, right? And then I'm trying to give it to my mom or anybody else, but they don't want to believe me. But I know this works. Am I just going to say, okay, well, you said no, so stop? No, I'm not. That's my mom. That's my brother. It's my friend. I'm going to stab it in them. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure they take that medication. So for us Christians, that's how, not all Christians think like that, but that's how a real Christian should think like. I feel like I like you. And even the people I don't like, I want them to go to heaven. Hell is not a place no one deserves. I hope that during our relationship together, Matt, that there'll be some things you'll ask me that God puts into my mind, like to kind of tell you, and it'll like struck a chord in you, and you'll figure out. I ask God, please show yourself to me. Like, I don't believe in you, but I grew up all around you. Let me know if you're real because I need your help. And he showed up. But the scariest part about that when you're asking God something like that is he puts you through bad situations. Not all the time. I'm not saying God puts it. It says good people, bad people, we all go through bad situations. That in the Bible, that's what it says. But if you're one of God's people, he will protect you during those seasons. And sometimes God will let you go through those bad seasons only because he wants to make you stronger. And sometimes for people that don't believe, like my dad, still yet, I worry all the time when I pray for his salvation because I feel like God might make him go through a lot of painful things. So finally, my dad puts down his pride, his arrogance, because he built up his own, millionaire business and all this stuff. Like he felt like he did it. He grew up really poor. His dad had 4 or 5 stepmothers, like beating on him, poor. Didn't believe in God because of all the suffering he went through. Now I went through suffering, but then I found God. My dad went through suffering and got through it by himself in his own mind. But God was with him every step of the way. I believe so. Even meeting my mom, who became a Christian, like, that's God. God knew that. And once you figure out that God is real, like, it blows your mind. And you're just thinking, like, God, you were there for me. Every one of those moments I could have died. My life almost felt ruined. Like, you were there, weren't you? And it blows your freaking mind. And your next step is you want to tell your friends, you want to tell everybody because you're not selfish no more. You used to be selfish, but you're not. You love people. I used to steal all the time and do drugs, and right now I still struggle with addiction issues and compulsive stuff. But like, I remember when I stopped stealing, it was so weird for me to stop stealing because I still wanted to steal. But I called all my homeboys saying, "Hey, you know where I'm right now? I'm right at a grocery store about to buy a bottle of Coca-Cola, and they hung up on the phone with me. I call four more homies, and I say, hey, you know where I'm at right now? I'm about to buy something. Like, this is weird, man. And they're like, shut up, Choco Pie. And they hung up the phone. I bought something. I bought Coca-Cola bottle. That's the first thing I bought after I stopped stealing. Now, I did steal a little bit more after that, stealing from my dad and stuff. A lot of stuff happened throughout those seasons, but that was like when I kind of really stopped stealing. Like, the other stealing is like one-off stuff, like once in a while it did happen. The devil got to me again, or whatever you can say, but that was when it stopped completely, kind of. Um, but the other stuff, well, God is so good, man. My wife is working right now. It is 10 o'clock, guys, at night, and she's still not home. She's working right now. Doing something that I should be doing. But because of my sickness, she's doing it. And as a man for 6 months, I felt like, man, your mind like messes with you. You feel like, oh, I'm not a man. Like, I'm not working. Like, I own a business, but my wife is taking care of it. Like, you're a pussy. Like, you're nothing. Like, dude, your life, you ruin everything. Like, that's like every day my mind was going through that with physical, like, not feeling good. But finally, I realized what it was all for. It was all to see that God set it up to show me that my wife really is not who I thought she was when I married her. She's even better. God set me and my wife up together. That is 100% for sure. And he finally, like, I used to say I have no respect for my wife. I said that all the time because she's a little bit of a blonde, like blondie type of Seattle white girl, even though she's Asian. And and she's not that smart back then. I will always say, "Oh, she's so stupid, dude. Why is she so stupid?" Like, my dad used to cuss at me like that all the way, all the time. But then I realized, like, this 2 years, my wife is smart. She knows exactly what she's doing. God has blessed her, and I'm being blessed. I'm getting to recover at home, playing games, streaming, and having fun meeting new people. I'm sorry, guys, that I've talked so much, but man, God is so good, man. Everything I have here is because of God. Even when I was at a homeless shelter, and when I was 18 years old, I was so scared. I was sleeping on a concrete with elementary school like pads that they give little kids to go to sleep in preschool, and we would have that. And I was sleeping with 50 to 6-year-old men who are junkies, and I'm like a teenager, a young boy, and I got a young Asian face, and I'm just sleeping there. And I remember that first night, like I'm trying to go to sleep, and I'm a little scared because I don't know if someone's like gonna try to rape someone or something else like that, like prison, like my young mind thinking. But then someone was snoring too loud. It's kind of funny. They were snoring too loud, so one guy got his big boots and he freaking football through it and broke that guy's nose, and he was bleeding everywhere, crying. I think I kind of laughed though when that happened because I was like, thank God he wasn't showing the fuck up. But then half of me was kind of scared, but half of me was like laughing because it was funny as fuck. But I felt bad for that guy. But honestly, his snoring was ain't nobody getting no sleep, and we had to wake up at like 4 in the morning because at 5 in the morning they set up to do a AA meeting in there. So we have one shower for 12, 15 people, and you can only use that shower for less than 2 to 4 minutes. That's it. And the shower was cold. Boom, boom. This is my life. I have so many stories. I wish I became a big vlogger one day so I could help people and make them Christian, hopefully, if God allows it. With all my stories, like, I have stories for days, man. Like, this is my whole life, man. My whole life has been crazy. There's never been a chill moment in my life. It's always been crazy. It's just, oh, the insanity. And in that place is where I found a white dude named Evan. I was reading my Bible study thing, and the guy that was teaching me, because I was facing a year up in jail if I didn't stay at this rehab, and I'm staying in this rehab, and my mentor, who came by once in a while, was a Korean dude that used to transport semi-truck worth of guns and weapons and guard whorehouses. He got trained in California like a mafioso, and he was Mr. Big Time, but he changed his life around for God, for Jesus. And he was coming by once in a while, but then this white dude named Evan came in and he said, "Hey, Jesus, I see you reading the Bible." Like, and I told him my situation. He, like, my dad called me and say, "Hey, fuck you. I love you, but I fuck you, son. I can't handle this no more. I'm not going to give you any more money. Figure it out. Fuck you." And that's our phone call. And I'm just like, "Oh, fuck. Like, what do I do? I lost everything. Like, what do I do?" And I'm tripping. And this white guy, Evan, he sees me reading the Bible and stuff. He buys me church's chicken. And I remember I'm eating this chicken outside the parking lot, crying, just crying. And then he tells me there's this place called the Father's House. It's literally a 5-minute walking distance from where we are, and they're court mandated, and they're okay with the courts to consider themselves a rehab facility. But if you go in there, just know that it's serious. You cannot have any drugs, no alcohol. You'll have less freedom than where I was at currently, but and no cell phones. And you'll be living in bunk beds, which is way better than living on the floor, right? But you have to do what the man of the house says. He's a carpenter, so if he goes out to work, you go out to work with him, and we will feed you food. You do not pay us nothing, $0, and you can live with us for free for two years for free for your court thing. And when I heard that, I was like, dude, show me the way. I have no. Now, let me tell you, I would not have said I would do that if my dad said, hey, this is how God works. I want you to know how God, Jesus, our God of the universe works. He's a master chess player. If my dad said yes, he would pay for me to stay at the rehab, I would never have done that. Because the rehab, I have my phone, right? And I have my little click I made over there because I'm good at talking. But no, I was screwed. So this was my last option. And that's when I called out to God. I said, God, I need you. Please help me. And then boom, he leads me to the Father's house. I meet this nice older man named Robert and Debbie, his wife. And they showed me finally what a real husband and wife should be like to their kids. Because I grew up in a very dysfunctional family. My dad, my grandpa beating my ass, like all sorts of dysfunctional. Dad yelling at my mom, and then I would be yelling at my mom, like all sorts of crap. And my sister was suicidal, all this stuff, you know. And then going to this Father's house, they changed me. They put the doctrine, the Bible into me. They sewed it into my body. And I believe afterwards I've made many more mistakes because that was in my 1920. But then God just came. God just kept bringing people. Like every time I was about to lose everything, God just came in, brought another Christian person to help me. And he said, hey, son, I got your back. Don't worry. I'm going to take care of you. Every single time. Without miss. Anyways, that's your boy. Matt, I don't even know if you're on here, if I'm talking to myself. But sorry. That went to a lot. That was like kind of a testimonial thing. But sorry. That was a long talk. I doubt anybody's in here, to be honest. But anyways, anyone does hear this and you are Christian or whatnot, oh, you're still here, bro? Shit, you been hearing my testimony and stuff. This is kind of what I was saying to that video I sent you, but it's better because I'm in Hawaii. Listen to it when you get a chance. But my life has been crazy, dog. But God is good, man. But you gotta understand, Satan is the master manipulator, and he's been here a lot longer than us. So Mormonism, Muslim, other religions, they all take similarities from each other. The Christian Bible is where they take their similarities and they twist it. Scientology, everything. Oh, is it? I hope it does in a good way, brother. Um, like, dude, everything. And think about this with social media. Do you ever see them make fun of Muslims like their God, Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad? No, not in Family Guy, not in whatever, but in the music industry, in the movie industry, in the gaming industry. Who do they make fun of every time, single time? Jesus Christ. Why? It's a game. It's a movie. Why keep bringing up religion, Jesus? Yeah, it could be funny at sometimes, but you don't bring on Buddha. You don't bring in the Indian gods. You only bring in Christianity to be made of a fool. And if you see Hollywood, like any rap video, these days. Look it up. Almost all of them have some, like a music video used to be like, oh, I love this girl and I, want to have sex, whatever, right? But now music videos might rap about this, but then when you watch the music video, it's all about Illuminati symbols, satanic rituals, satanic symbols, all sorts of, like, it's, where the fuck, hold up. We went too deep into the rabbit hole. Let me show, I'm gonna tell you one testimony before I go. And this happened to me at my rehab 2 years ago that I went to. Do you see this? It's a pyramid on our dollar bill. Okay? It's a pyramid. What the hell does Egypt have to do with America? Absolutely nothing. Okay? Absolutely nothing. Now, this is what happened at the rehab. I was at a rehab, and it's a nice rehab. I'm going to try to speed this up. We have a dorm room, right? I was supposed to have another dorm guest, but I didn't. So I was living by myself, and it's like a hotel, like an inside hotel. Nobody's allowed to come in unannounced. So I was doing this Bible study thing with Jacob and Cody. Cody was young. Cody's never been to church in his life. Jacob said he's been to church. Probably his mom dragged him, but he doesn't really believe in Jesus. But then Cody was meeting, Jacob, the older one, was meeting his mom the next day. So he looked anxious. So I said, hey, you want to join us for Bible study? He said, all right, man, I would. So we did Bible study. And then we got into after Bible study, we got into the topic of the dollar bill. And I was saying, hey, Satan's everywhere, dude. You got to be careful. Even games, everything. You got to be careful. And I said, has any of you guys been under witchcraft? And they said no. And then, but one of them, Jacob, said, oh, my ex-girlfriend was a witchcraft. True story. Like, I try not to tell lies, okay? This is I've seen demonic demonic oppression. Like, I've seen it from Texas, but not just me, the only Christian person, okay? But this is what happened. So I tell them, hey, you don't have to get on your knees if you don't want to, but I usually get on my knees when I pray. So I got on my knees like this. Cody got on his knees over here, and then Jacob got on his knees like this on top of a shelf, okay, or a dress drawer. And we're all praying. I said, Jesus, if there's any demonic spirits, let them be gone in your name, Jesus Christ. And this is what Jacob does. Like, straight up growling at the top of his lungs without his voice breaking, growling and shaking. And I stand up and I'm like, dude, what? And I'm mad. First second, I'm mad because I'm like thinking, I just spent an hour teaching these guys Bible study or whatnot, and now they're clowning on me. Like, I was mad. But then he kept doing it. He kept shaking, and he was going, like straight up demonic, dog. And that's when Cody, never been to church. I've seen this a couple times, but I'm still like, what the hell do we do? But Cody's like, looking at me. But the Bible says this: put your hands on that man, and you command the demon out. So I said, Cody, put your hand on him. So like, he's still shaking. And the guy himself told me afterwards, he felt like he levitated 4 feet off the ground. He 100% said he levitated 4 feet off the ground. Now, I did not witness that. I did not witness that when I put up my hands on him. I don't know. Okay? But he's shaking violently. Yeah, this story's going to get wilder. So he's shaking violently. Cody's on this side like, I don't know what to do. And he's shaking. And we have huge doors. Now, normally people knock, right? But the way he's growling, I'm assuming someone's just going to swing the door open and be like, dude, what are y'all doing in here? But no, he's still shaking and growling at everyone can hear down the hallway. The door of my room opens. And it opens like this. And I am praying like this. I have my hands on the boy, and I'm praying. And I see the light come in. I see no shadow. That shadow means if a person's coming in, you can see their shadow, right? No shadow. And then boosh, the door closes by itself. And then after that, I was like, holy shoot. I'm praying, right? So I'm trying not to cuss. I'm like, holy shoot. I'm like, and then I'm still praying. I said, and then I'm done. And then once I'm done praying, Jacob, boom, he jumps up, pushes me. Like, I'm like, not just like a general. He just pushes me. He's like, hey, and his face is blood white. He's a Mexican white kind of dude. His face is white, like he just almost saw a ghost, dog. And he says, I don't want you to ever do that for me again. I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to, like, just stop. Don't do that. And I said, dude, you're all right. The demon's gone. All right. So I calmed him down. I sat him down and we prayed for him again. Because, like I said, the demon was gone. We cast the demon out. He left out that door. Now, I don't know who he went into, but he left out of Jacob. But then the crazy thing is, we're at a rehab, right? So we have medication line. We go out, and there's a bench. It's like a courtroom bench. And Jacob has told everyone, "Oh, Choco Pie casted a demon out of me," and everyone's looking at me like I'm some holy man. I'm not. I am not. And then this white guy who's a hipster that's never talked to me before, but he seems like the nicest guy ever, starts talking to me. He's like, "Hey, did you know Jesus got trained by the yogis by the Chinese people up in the Buddhist monks?" And I said, "No, I've heard that story, but that story is false." He's like, "Oh, okay. So are you saying I'm gonna go to hell?" So he starts attacking me passive aggressively. There's spirits in the air. And they're all attacking. And then there was this one black dude. His name is also Jacob. He was in a Bible study with me. He jumps up and he's like, "What? We can't believe in what we can?" Like he was about to fight him. And I said, "Jacob, sit down, man. Like, we're Christians. I can answer him for myself. Like, that's not how we do it. We don't do it with deeds no more. We do it with our mouth." So he sat down and I told that guy, "Hey, brother, I'm not saying you're going to heaven or hell or not. I don't know. But what I can tell you, if you don't believe in this before you die, you are going to hell. But I will say this." He asked me this. He said, "Show me one verse in your Bible that can tell me that Jesus Christ is God." And I told him this. Yes, I can. The verse, Jesus. Sorry, I gotta look it up. Now, this verse right here, now there's many verses people say, but non-Christians is hard for you to understand. It's like a metaphor and stuff like that. Now, this is one verse, legit, is the one. And you can show it to your wife. Please do. Temptation, then Jesus. Let's see here. It is written, "Man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God." The devil took him. Oh, and I have a testimony with this. The devil took him to the holy city, and he'll command his angels. It is also written, "Do not put the Lord your God to the test." Now, right here, this is it. Matthew 4:7. So Satan's basically, Jesus has been fasting for 40 days, and Satan's basically procking at him because he doesn't know he's God. Satan doesn't know that's God. He thinks he's just one of his prophets and he's trying to mess with him. So he says, "Why don't you," because he's been starving, right? He says he'll command his angels to come over, he'll blah, blah, blah. So Satan basically told him, "Hey, you could rule this place with me." So he says, "Holy city," verse 5. The devil took him to the holy city and had him stand on the highest point of the temple. "If you are the Son of God," he said, "throw yourself down, for it is written, he will command his angels concerning you, and they will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone." And this is the important part. Jesus answered him, "It is also written, do not put the Lord your God to the test." Do you see that? I myself am a Christian. I've read that 100 times over. It meant nothing to me. This means everything. God showed me this verse before I went into rehab. Before that individual hipster. Because I talked to him nicely, he told me once I find that out, give it to him. So when he left, and mind you, we didn't have our phones. So God led me to this book, Matthew 4:7. It is written, and this is why it's so crazy. It says, "It is written, do not put the Lord your God to the test." Jesus, if he wasn't the Son of God, if he wasn't God, he basically should have said, "It is written, you should not put the Lord your God to the test." He should have put, "Do not put God to the test." but you can put the Son of Law, the Son of God, to the test. See, he should have put. See, if Jesus wasn't God, he should have put. It is also written, "Do not put the Son of God, your Lord, to the test." But no, what does he say? He says, "Do not put the Lord your God to the test." To Satan, he basically told Satan, "Hey, I'm your God. Don't put me to this test. How dare you?" And that's the last interaction with them on that, I believe. He literally says it right there, "I am God." There is no other proof. There is no pudding. He is God. Yeah, funny enough, that guy was able to get, what is it? I found it. I wrote it down, and the day he graduated, I went up to him, and because I was nice to him and didn't let the demonic spirits win, I got a little note for him, and I put that verse, and I shook his hand, and he accepted it from me. You know, now I don't know if he's a Christian now or not, but who knows? And even that young Cody guy that saw all that, unfortunately for him, after he graduated out of that rehab, he went to jail. So I visited him in jail. I gave him some book. We called them books, money, for his commissary. He did something stupid when he came out. Me and him lost communications. These stuff happen. But uh, but yeah, that's what it is. God is good, man. Matt, test him out, man. I'm telling you, he is real. 100% real, my friend. And once you find out he's real, you're gonna. Every Christian goes through these phases. The first phase, you find out he's real. You're like, your whole mind is shaking. You're like, my life has actually a reason. I have a purpose. Like, it's not just to live. I have a purpose. And number two, then you go all around your friends, your families, and you can't stop talking about Jesus. You become an annoying son of a gun, like a fly on the wall, just like talking about Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Everyone's gonna think you're super annoying or crazy, and they're gonna say, "Slow down, you're okay." And then finally you crash, and then you get your up and downs as a regular Christian. The battle, then the real battle begins. The real journey with God. During that, I'll tell you one more story. We had an AA meeting. If you don't know what that is, that's Alcoholics Anonymous. We had about 100 people in there. We're doing a meeting. Do you know how AA works, Matt? Matt? I'm calling you Matt because it's easier, but I'm wondering if you know how AA works. But AA, you kind of say your name. And you say, "Hey, my name is this," and then you introduce yourself. Ah, okay, Narcotics Anonymous. Yeah, I was in both. So we're in this class, right? And 3 days ago, I see this old man come in, and he looks shaky. His aura is so bad. Like, I can't see physical things, but just the way he's walking like this, he feels like he's in like a week before he himself. Okay, now we are doing this big AA group thing, and the counselors up there keep picking the girls like little freaking clowns. Just pick him, and I see Mark. He puts his hands up, and then they didn't call him, so he goes like this, and I'm sitting right next to him, but like an aisle next to him. Like there's an aisle, and then you could sit on which side of the chair. So I'm right next to him. So I see him put his hair down, and then there's a voice in my head, and I believe it's God. And God says, "Hey, he needs to talk. You need to make sure he talks." And I say, "Oh God, Lord, all right, I'll do it for you." So I raise my hand. They choose me, and I'm a funny guy, so I try to say it in a funny way. I say, "Hey, my name is Mark. I'm an alcoholic." And I said, "No, I'm just kidding. I'm not Mark. This is Mark. Mark really needs to speak. Can he speak?" And they let him speak. So Mark tells us this very short, kind of long story about how for the last no, he didn't say, he didn't give no years. He said for the last for his life now, up until now, he said he's hated himself because he had his girl or girlfriend, I don't know which one it is, she died or got murdered in front of him. And he's been holding the guilt. So I'm assuming they were drug addicts, and maybe she did fentanyl and died in front of him. So this happened, right? And he spoke, and he didn't say anything positive. He just told his story, put his hand down. Afterwards, I heard another nudge in my voice, and I felt like God said, "You need to talk to him." I said, oh God, okay. So I asked him, hey Mark, is it okay if I talk to you afterwards? Yeah, dude. It was sad. And I said, hey Mark, can I talk to you? He said, yeah. I said, okay, cool, man. So everyone left the auditorium. I'm talking to Mark, and I said, hey Mark, I want to show you these verses. So he let me show you these verses, and then I showed him those verses, and I said, these verses I feel like God wants you to read, and they were verses to uplift him, to let him know it's not his fault. Now, afterwards, I say, hey, Matt, I know you might want to, Mark, I know you want to tell me stuff, but I don't want you to tell me anything because God, I don't know if you're a Christian or not, but sometimes when we pray, we hear from God. So I don't want to hear about your story, but after I pray for you, you're more than welcome to tell me how it all happened and everything else. And he said, okay. So I started praying for him. The usual, God, please bless this man. If any demonic spirits around him, let him be gone in Jesus' name. Let his depression be gone in Jesus' name. And then all that. And then finally, while I'm praying in my mind again, the number 2 popped up. And this was dangerous because he is very sensitive to what happened, his friend getting murdered or whatever happened. And I knew what the number 2 meant, what God wanted me to do. He was asking me to say, hey, has it been 2 years since she passed away? And that could really break someone down if I'm wrong. Like imagine I just say like a fortune tell, hey, has it been 6 years since she passed away? Like that's, and if it's completely wrong, it's gonna crush him. So I said, God, are you sure this is correct? This is from you. And he didn't give me like an answer. He just said two, 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 and I was like, all right, God. So I said, Mark, I just want to ask you. I'm not trying to be insensitive. If I'm wrong, please, by all means, I'm wrong. But has this happened to you in 2 years? And he looked at me dead in the face and he said, it's been 2 years till this day that happened. And when he told me that, I was like, holy crap. Like 2 years, even if it was 2 years, but he said 2 years to the day. So this is the anniversary. And then he told me, yeah, that's what he told me. And I was blown away. Many other things happened there. But I was blown away. And I told him, man, this is why I read the Bible. What I read to you, why God did this miracle is this. Every scripture I gave to you, he meant it for you. But he felt like you might not believe it. So he wanted me to show you something supernatural so you would believe the Bible. Oh, sorry. I didn't have my thing on, so I couldn't see what you said. Genuine man of a guy. You are a good man. Ah, man, nah. It's because of all. Well, I try, man. I failed a lot. You know, I've led a lot of Christian guys that came Christian. They left because of me, because of my bad actions. You know, um, and after that, there was another guy. So after Jacob's story, right, with the demons, so we meet in this counseling class, and we have this teacher named Miss Bree. She's our counselor. And funny fact is, all these miracles are happening. So I keep asking her. I'm getting excited, right? So I ask her, "Hey, I'm 33 years old when I was in that class. I'm supposed to be with the 30-year-olds." So I asked her, "Hey, has there ever been a time in this? It was called Sundown Ranch in Yakima. A lot of people come here. It's a very nice place to get sobered up." They asked, I asked her, "Has any time have you put the wrong person in the wrong age group ever since this building been erected?" And she said, "No, you're the first. You're the first person we made a mistake thinking you were 20 and we put you with the 20-year-olds." And half those 20-year-olds, one had a demon possession and 3 of them got down on their knees and confessed Jesus with me. And one of them was a gangbanging youngster. His daddy's so famous on the news for being whorehouse pimp and he murdered someone. Yeah, nah, he got away with it, but he murdered someone by putting fentanyl into their drink. But that guy raped his sister. Now that's still not wrong, and I told him that's still not wrong. I know he said the only regret he has is he wish he was man enough to have shot him or killed him himself. And I said, dude, that's not. It's wrong. I know how much hate you have for him, but that's wrong. You can't go to heaven like that. I know you just sat. He was sitting on the floor with me, saying, "Jesus, please accept me," seeing all the things happening around me, but he ain't gonna get to go to heaven if he has unforgiveness like that. Even murderers could get to heaven. It's unforgiveness that keeps you away. Now, in that class of mine, there was a one fool named Alex. I'm telling you like five stories all at once. He had a cap on, and when we first introduced ourselves, we said, "Oh, hey, my name is this. I'm here for this." And then I say, "Hey, my name is Jokopai. I'm a Christian." And then we go to Alex, and Alex in our class with Jacob and everybody else and Cody. Alex has a big hat, and he has all black on, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Chocopai, you're not gonna like what I believe in." And after demonic stuff happened, he comes up to me, and my whole class comes up to me, and they're like, "Dude, do you know what Alex is doing?" And I'm like, "What? What's Alex doing, man?" Alex is taking off all his pendants, and he's throwing them away. And I was like, "So what? I don't know what those are." And later, Alex comes out to me after the whole demon stuff, and he taps me on the shoulder. He said, "Hey, Choco Pie, we need to go to the burn pile. Burn pile is where we write all our stuff, our old us, our old bad stuff when we burn it." Okay? He had a shirt he wants to burn, and I said, "What shirt are we burning?" He's like, "My satanic shirt. I believed in Satan." That's what he told me. He said he was a Satanist, and I was like, "Wait, what? How did I not catch that this whole time?" Like, and I think it was God, so I wouldn't judge him. But I think God just blinded me real quick. Because if I saw him as a Satanist, I would think, "Oh, he's my enemy or something." But nah, I didn't. I even got to pray for him. He denied his Satanism. He burned all his satanic stuff in that burn pile. We prayed for his son. Like, it was a miracle. Now I have so many more stories from that rehab, but that I'm gonna end it there. But God is so real, man. You just want, if you want to see it, you gotta ask for it. God said He is the most jealous God. All of our emotions, feelings come from God, dude. It doesn't come from anywhere else. Oh yeah, for sure, man. I'm so glad to have. Hey, thank you for sticking around and let me sharing a little bit of my testimony with you, man. Yeah, hopefully your wife will like that video too. But anyways, your boy Chocopie is gonna stop here, man. I'm really wondering why my wife's so late, man. I'm worried about her, so I'm gonna log off for right now. But anybody listen to this, thank you. Just know that it's not me, it's him. If it affected you in a good way, and it affected you in any way, question that. Why did it affect you? There must be a reason why. That's right. See you later, guys. Be blessed, as always. Choco Pie out. Deuces.